Children, myself Silki Sharma, I'm your science teacher. I welcome you all in class 8th. I hope you all are fine at your home. Children, as you know that for academic purpose we use NCRT. This is your NCRT book of science. In this slide I have shared a link with you that is ncrt.nic.in. With the help of this link, you all are able to download the same book online. Children, in this book, total number of chapters are 18. I have distributed these 18 chapters among four groups. First is PT1, second is half yearly, third is PT2, and fourth is annual exam. Today, we are going to start with chapter number 1, that is crop production and management. Let's start with chapter number 1. As you all are able to see a picture on your screen, this picture is of farm. Here, farmer used to sow the seeds and after couple of months these seeds convert into crop. And finally, we consume those crop in the form of food. Children, as you all know, all living organisms require food. In class 7th also, you have studied a chapter about nutrition and food. For survival, we need food. We are getting food with the help of crops. So, for having crops in a proper amount, we have to maintain a sequence. I'm going to explain that sequence with the help of one flowchart. Here is that flowchart. As you all are able to see, at first step farmer is there. What farmer is doing? Farmer is sowing seed, and after couple of months these seeds convert into crops. When we are having crops in large scale, in large amount, we have to maintain those crops by adding some preservation so that all the crops should be maintained in a proper manner, and after that it can be distributed among the distributors. After that, distributors spread all the crops all over the world. Topics to be covered: first is introduction, second is basic term, fourth is types of crop, and fourth is agriculture practice. Let's start with the first, basic terms. Basic term, first term is crop. So, when plant of same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. Children, here you have to concentrate on two words. First is large scale. First is large scale, and second is large space. When these two situations satisfy at particular condition, we can say that condition is satisfying a crop term. Let's take one example. I have one or two pots of money plant at my house. Okay. So can I say that these one or two pots of money plant can represent a form of crop? No, because those terms large scale and large space is not satisfying this condition. So, children, you all are able to differentiate between group of plants and crops now. Let's shift to the next term. Second term is agriculture. It is the process of growing plant in a large scale. You all are able to see a picture on your screen. This picture is of agriculture. Whatever procedure a farmer need to be follow for growing plant in a large scale, the whole procedure is called agriculture. Next term is horticulture. It is a process of growing fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants. Children, you know what are fruit, what are vegetable. So, can you tell me what are ornamental plants? You are able to see a picture on your screen. This picture is about ornamental plants. Ornamental plants are those plants which we use for decorate purpose. Decorate purpose. So the procedure of growing fruit, vegetable and ornamental plant are called horticulture. Second slide is about classification of crop according to the season. Children, here I am concentrating on according to the season. Why? Because many crops need large amount of water, many crop need less amount of water, some crop need few amount of heat, some crop need extent amount of heat. So for satisfying all the requirement of the crop, we have to distribute these crop in a form of classification, and we are having three types of classification. First is kharif, second is rabi, and third is zayyid crop. These crops are sown in the beginning of monsoon, that is between June and July. In the Kharif crop, what we are doing, we are sowing the seed at the time of the June and July, beginning of the monsoon or before the monsoon, because these types of crop need extent amount of water, large amount of water. So if we are sowing seed in the beginning, so they will have large amount of water according their requirements, so their requirements are satisfying here, so crops are in good manner, we will get crops in good manner. So for example, maize, rice. Second type of crops are rabi crop. In these types of crop, we sown seeds at the time of winter, that is November or December, and harvested by March or April. For example, wheat and barley, they require less amount of water. Third type is Zayyad crop. Zayyad crop. These crops are sown at the time of summer season because they require extent amount of heat. So at the summer season only we will get extent amount of heat. So that is why we are choosing summer season for sowing the seed of these types of crop. For example, cucumber, watermelon, extra. Let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about rabi crop. First is wheat, second gram, fourth is potato, and so on. Next type of slide is kharif crop. Rice, millet, maize are the example of kharif crop. Next slide is about zayyad crop. Bitter gourd, watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber are the example of zayyad crop. Now, with the help of the internet, I will show you one video so that your concept about what are crops and what are the classification of crops are more clear. Let's see.
Agricultural field. What is this, Dad?
This is a crop.
What do you mean by that?
When plants of some kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. We can have wheat crop, rice crop, or tomato crop.
So, does it mean that we can have cereal crop or a vegetable crop or a fruit crop?
Yes,
But can we prepare these crops anywhere and in any time of the year?
in India, the climatic condition like temperature, humidity, and rainfall vary from one region to another. Hence, we have different variety of crops. Crops are broadly divided into two parts, Rabi and Kharif.
But what do they mean?
Plants that need more water for healthy growth are planted during the rainy season, around the month of June, and harvested at the end of the rainy season, around October, are called Kharif crops. Some of the examples of Kharif crops are rice crop, maize crop, groundnut crop, soybean crop, and cotton crop.
And what about rabi crops?
Crops that are grown during winter season are rabi crops. They are sown in the months of October and November and harvested in the month of April and May. Some examples of rabi crops are wheat crop, gram crop, pea crop, and sunflower crop.
But what about fruits and vegetables?
Different fruits and vegetables are grown in different seasons. That is why we have seasonal fruits and vegetables in the market. For example, we have mangoes in summer and apples and oranges in winter season.
Oh, now I understand. Dad, how do the farmers cultivate?
Children, after watching the video, your concepts are clear about what are crops and what are the classification of crops. Let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about home assignment. First is the same kind of plants grown and cultivated on a large scale at a place is called dash. Second, give two examples of each kharif crop, rabi crop. If wheat is sown in the kharif season, what would happen? Discuss. Fourth, find out the activity to differentiate between good seed and bad seed. We are going to start with the new topic that is agriculture practice. In that, many activities are there, and those activities are performed by the farmer over a period of time. One by one, in detail, we are going to discuss about those activities, and we are going to discuss how farmer sow seed in the land, and after couple of months how that seeds convert into crops in detail. Let's start with new topic that is agriculture practice. Basic practice of crops. In this we are having 7 steps. First is preparation of soil, second is sowing, third is adding manure and fertilizers, fourth is irrigation, fifth is protecting from weeds, sixth is harvesting, seventh is storage. Let's start with the first basic practice of crop, that is preparation of soil. Preparation of soil. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or plowing. The preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. This allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. The loose soil allows the root to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. Now, here one question arises. Why does the loosening of soil allow the roots to breathe easily? The loosened soil help in the growth of earthworm and microbes present in the soil and add humus to it. Since only a few centimeters of the top layer of the soil supports plant growth, and loosening of the soil brings the nutrient rich soil to the top so that the plant can use these nutrients. Before sowing the seeds, children, it is necessary to break soil clumps to get better yield. For breaking soil clumps, for breaking soil clumps to get better yield, children, we need few tools. As you are able to see, few tools are present on the slide. First tool is plow, second is hoe, and third is cultivator. What is plow? Plow basically it is made up of wood and is drawn by pair of bulls and other animals. Children, this is plow, share, and this wooden long is plow shaft. Plow are made up of wood or iron. If the soil is very dry, it may need watering before plowing. The plow field may have big clumps of soil called crumbs. It is necessary to break these crumbs. The main part of plow is long of wood which is called plow shaft. Nowadays this wooden is replaced by iron also. Plow used for tilling, adding fertilizer, removing weeds as well as. Children, sometimes farmer add manure to the soil before tilling. This plow helps in proper mixing of manure with soil. The soil is moistened before sowing. One end of plow is attached to the beam and which is placed on the bull's neck. One pair, as you are able to see, one end of the plow is attached to the bull's neck. One pair of bulls and a man can easily operate the plow. Let's talk about the next tool, that is hoe. Next tool is hoe. As you are able to see hoe picture on the slide, it is a simple tool, children, which is used for removing weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plant which are grown with crops and for loosening the soil. This is a long rod of wood or it can be of iron also. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its end. And it works like a blade. It is pulled by animals also. In the picture also you are able to see this is hoe, and with the help of this hoe a man is trying to removing these extra weeds from the land. Sometimes these weeds can behave poison to the animals also as well as for the human being. Let's discuss about the next tool, that is cultivator. Children, this is cultivator and this is a better tool in comparison to these two tools because this tool can be attached to the tractor also, which can increase the speed. Nowadays, plowing is done by tractor driven cultivator. As you are able to see, one tractor is there, and with this tractor, this cultivator is attached. And when this cultivator is attached to the tractor, the speed of plowing is increased and it saves labor and time also. Children, we have discussed how we have to prepare a soil for agriculture. So, with the help of this video, you are able to see how actually we are preparing the soil for agriculture. Let's see.
Preparation of soil. The first step of crop cultivation is the preparation of soil. This step involves turning of soil to loosen it. Turning and loosening of soil brings the nutrient rich soil to the top so that plants can use these nutrients. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes in the soil. They further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it. The humus contains various nutrients which are absorbed by the growing crop. Apart from these, loosening of soil also allows the roots of growing crop to penetrate deep into the soil and helps the plant to breathe easily. Plowing. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or plowing. This is done with the help of different agricultural implements such as plow, hoe, and tractor. We will now see what are these agricultural implements. Plow. Plows are used for tilling the soil, removing weeds, and scraping the soil, etc. It is made of wood or iron. It contains a strong triangular iron strip called as plowshare. It is attached to a long log of wood called as plow shaft. There is a handle at one end of the shaft. The other end is attached to a beam. Plow is drawn by a pair of bulls or other animals like horses, camel, etc., where the beam of the plow is placed on the bull's neck. Hoe. A hoe is another agricultural implement used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad, and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends. Tractors. Nowadays, plowing is done by tractor driven cultivators. It saves labor and time. This is because a single tractor can plow a large area in a short time. You have learnt that soil is plowed before cultivation. However, plow fields contain big pieces of soil called as crumbs. These crumbs are broken with the help of a plank. Apart from this, plow fields are leveled for sowing. This is done with the help of a leveler.
Children, I hope with the help of that video, all three tools are clear to you. Let's move to the next slide. This slide is about sewing. I hope with the help of the video, your concepts are clear about tools of agriculture. Let's move to the next slide. This slide is about sewing. Sewing means sowing means how farmer sow the seeds in the land and how these seeds convert into good crops. Before sowing the seed, we have to check, children, whether that seed is good or bad quality seeds. For checking that whether the seed is good quality or bad quality, I can show you one activity. With the help of that activity, your concept is clear that how we can check whether that seed is good or bad. Let's see.
Once plowing is done, next step is sowing. Before sowing, farmers select good quality seeds to get high yields. Have you ever noticed your mother putting some grains in a vessel and pouring some water to it? What happens after a few minutes? Some seeds start to float. What is the reason behind this? Some damaged seeds float on water because they are hollow and hence lighter. Actually, this is a good method for separating good, healthy seeds from the damaged ones. Now let us see what are the tools used for sowing seeds. Look at this farmer.
Children, after checking whether that seed is good quality or bad quality, one of the important tasks is to know about the tools used for sowing seeds. We are having two tools for sowing the seed. One is traditional tool and second is seed drill method. This is seed drill method. Traditional tool. The tool used traditionally for sowing seed is shaped like funnel. As you are able to see, children, on the picture, in this one funnel like this we use. With the help of this funnel, farmer puts seed inside this funnel and and seeds are passed through the pipes having sharp ends, as you are able to see like this. These ants burst into the soil and place seeds there. Children, this type of traditional tool has few disadvantages. First disadvantage is overcrowding. When farmer is putting seeds inside the funnel, Seeds are pursing inside the soil together, so overcrowding of seeds one upon the other is there. Proper distance is not able to maintain between two seeds, so these two are the disadvantages of the traditional tool. In the second method, the second tool we are having, that is seed drill method, we remove these disadvantages. Seed drill method, in this also we use funnel, like you are able to see funnel is there, but with the help of the tractor we sown the seed inside the land. Seeds sown uniformly at equal distance. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This method also protects seeds from being eaten by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves labor and time also. As children, in this method, we are not doing sowing of seed manually, we are using tractor here. So, when we are using tractor, it can improve the time and labor also. I hope you are able to distinguish between these two tools, traditional tool and seed drill method. Children, now I'm going to show you one video. With the help of that video, you are able to understand how traditional tool farmer use and how that seed drill overcome the disadvantages of traditional tool. Let's see that video.
Shaped tool for sowing seeds. Observe them closely. What is he doing with this tool? Yes, he is filling seeds into the funnel and passing them down through the sharp ends of the pipe to get them seeded in the soil. This is a traditional method and very easy. Nowadays, farmers use modern seed drills for sowing with the help of tractors. I'm sure you're wondering how this seed drill works. It sows the seeds uniformly at proper distance and depth, ensuring that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This process also saves a lot of time and labor.
Let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about home assignment. Write a paragraph in your own words on each: preparation of soil and sowing. The first step before growing crop is dash of the soil. Second, damage seeds would dash on top of water. Fourth, what is agriculture? Children, I hope this video is clear to you and you all are able to do your home assignment properly. Thank you.